What's going on, guys? Juice Reviews here, and in this video I'm going to be doing an album review of Tyler the Creator's most recent record, Don't Tap the Glass. I can pretty much already see that people are going to probably call this thing Tyler's GNX, although I do feel like this album has more of a focus on up-tempo party tracks. This thing is heavily influenced by 2000s hip-hop music alongside southern rap, and you've also got a lot of influence from 90s West Coast rap R&B crossover music. Also, we can't talk about Don't Tap the Glass without talking about Pharrell's huge influence on this album's sonic sound, and also I can really sense a whole Q-Tip solo career kind of vibe. So, unlike Tyler's most conceptual music such as Chromacopia or IGOR, this thing takes his previous sounds that we've already heard from the past and just has fun with it. This is his quickest album, but it's probably his hardest album as well. The energy on this thing is unapologetically short, quick, snappy, it goes past and it's like 30 minutes of a thrill ride. I truly think that this has some of the most addictive tracks that Tyler has ever offered us. And with that note, I think this is one of Tyler's best albums to date. I can't help but notice that he's really pulling the strings of every album that he's released in the past, pulling it all together into this sweaty, short dance mix of an album. It's definitely one of my favourite things he's ever made, and it feels 100% fresher than his more conceptual work. On that note, I've been noticing a trend of rappers recently, and it's like we've got this era of rappers right now who are starting to realise and think, fuck it, I'm going to go with whatever I want to do. I'm not going to stick by any industry, music, creative standard. I'm just going to have fun with it. And I think that's really important right now. And I'm a true believer that the more creative you make an album, the better it's going to sound. Some examples of this in here are Don't Tap That Glass and Big Poe. These are two songs that go unbelievably crazy. And with that whole creativity and freedom note in mind, I think it's important to say that this album isn't completely random. For example, in an interview, Tyler the Creator once said that he finished Chromacopia years before Call Me If You Get Lost. So in my head, that means he really cares about when albums get dropped. This album could have been produced and made and recorded like years ago. So I think this album was also very particularly placed. It's a very vibrant and probably his happiest album yet. And I think that's really important, especially in 2025 when it's been a rough time for a lot of people. This album opens up with this weird robotic intercom voice with a set of rules that is explaining to the listener how to best enjoy this album. And I quote, "Number 1, body movement. Number 2, only speak in glory. Number 3, don't tap the glass." And from there, Tyler just goes absolutely nuts over these sharp synths and this weird like 2000s energy that I mentioned before. Pharrell is actually a featured rapper on this opener, and is a very good feature at that. It adds a lot of flavour and it has this kind of chaotic but also luxurious vibe to it. It's kind of cool. From there, the album is just straight banger after banger after banger, from Ring 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 to Sugar on My Tongue. I also noticed that this album has a pretty fair and equal mix of both rapping songs but also singing songs. I really think this is the album that has the most balanced grit but also sweetness in Tyler the Creator's discography. Also, not to forget that Tyler goes back and adds a 2-part song structure onto this album as well, which is a kind of thing that he's been well known for doing at this point, where he has a song slash in the middle, another song, and it's kind of like a 2-part song where there's like at least a beat switch at this point. But yeah, on here we've got Don't Tap That Glass slash Tweaking, where he ultimately meshes this sinister piano with chaotic percussion. I think it's safe to say that Tyler the Creator has still got it, and I don't think that's really a doubt that anyone has been having recently, but he's still as dynamic as ever, and he can still repeat after time and time again unique and visionary ideas. Another track on here is I'll Take Care of You, and it's certainly one of his more slower songs in his discography. In fact, it quite literally slows the album down with ambient pianos and this minimalistic instrumentation. Also, the closer, Tell Me What It Is, offers this very soulful-like song, and it's a very satisfying ending for an album. If I truly had to make a complaint for this record, I'd say that this is not the most lyrically impressive thing for a hip-hop album. But this thing is far from being a bad album, and it's by no means some type of filler record. If there's a key takeaway that I got from this record, it's that all good music should have some type of element of joy. Even if it's a sad album, you should sense that joy and passion was put into the record that the artist made, even if it's not directly a happy kind of vibe. But yeah, don't get me wrong, this is a very happy record, and I think there's so much joy put into this, and that's really what makes it one of Tyler's best albums. Also, I do kind of see this album as a real blend of his evolution from the edgy styles of Bastard and Goblin to its more like refined albums such as Igor and Flower Boy. I mean, what makes this thing so playful and fun in the first place is that it's a real amalgamation of the two styles. You could really tell me that each track was a B-side from each album, and I probably wouldn't be surprised. And I hear what you guys are probably thinking. This album is way too short to be one of Tyler's best albums, and I kind of disagree. 30 minutes, it's short, but I think if it was any longer, I think it would be kind of overdoing it a little bit. I just think the length is perfect for what it is, and if you just sit back, relax, and kind of just enjoy the ride as it goes, you can kind of just like see how the album progresses and how free it is. Overall, Tyler the Creator's Don't Tap the Glass is one of the most varied albums of the year. With its funk-inspired hip-hop, I truly believe that this is one of the prettiest records that I've heard so far. Highlights such as Sucker Free and Big Poe really just show where his production is at right now, and it might be at his best point. The replay value is insane, probably his most replayable album. It's vibrant, it's fun, it's almost perfect, but overall, I'm going to have to give this thing a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the review, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Comment down below. I want to know what you guys think of Tyler the Creator's latest record, and I will see you guys in the next review.